The wipers slapped against the frozen glass for what felt like the 100th time that morning. Each scrape a reminder that April in New England was no friend to the unprepared. Sarah's knuckles ached from their vice-like grip on the wheel as another vicious gust shoved her SUV sideways on the icy highway. Winter here didn't thaw out gracefully, it lurked, ready to pounce. In her lap, cradled between the heated seat and her tense thighs, sat the custom raspberry almond cake she'd commissioned, its delicate layers shielded from the chaos outside. Mia deserved nothing less for her engagement bash. Mia, her little sister, the one Sarah had always shielded, always prioritized, worth every treacherous mile, every heart-pounding skid, every frantic stop to chisel ice off the blades. She was family, and family was everything. Or so Sarah had convinced herself. Her phone buzzed sharply, cutting through the howl of the wind. The road ahead vanished into a swirling void of white as she risked a quick glance at the alert. Historic April nor'easter worsening. All non-essential travel banned. Seek shelter immediately. It was barely past dawn when she'd bolted from bed, hours before her alarm. Her feed already flooded with dire forecasts. The weatherman's somber tone had echoed in her quiet Boston apartment. This could be the big one. Folks, stay home if you value your life. Sarah had scoffed at the screen. Value? Mia's happiness was non-negotiable. Essential didn't even begin to cover it. She'd double-checked her emergency kit in the trunk. Flares, thermal blankets, energy bars, extra de-icer, snow chains clamped on tight. Years as a heritage preservation specialist at the Smithsonian affiliate had drilled into her. Preparation wasn't optional. It was the line between ruin and redemption. Whether saving fragile artifacts from decay or outrunning a tempest. You're out of your mind driving in this, the baker had muttered. Her face etched with worry as Sarah handed over the $180 at the crack of dawn. The woman had hesitated before ringing it up, eyeing the storm raging outside the shop window. Your sister must mean the world to you. Sarah's 8th pit stop came at a desolate rest area in rural New Hampshire, the wind knifing through her parka as she stretched to scrape the wipers clean. Layer after layer of frost yielded to her tool, much like stripping away grime from a centuries-old tapestry to reveal the hidden masterpiece beneath. Her job whispered lessons in her ear. True value often demanded the gentlest, most persistent care. Her phone showed 4 unread messages to Mia. Heading your way, about 90 minutes out, battling the elements but pushing through. In the grimy restroom mirror, exhaustion carved deep shadows under her eyes. She traded boots for stilettos, the harsh bulb overhead making her lipstick touch-up feel like a futile armor against the void. At least the mirror couldn't reflect the fragile hope bubbling under her weariness, that this time, her devotion would count for something. That bridges burned long ago could mend. Her parents' lines rang straight to voicemail. Hey Mom. Dad. Just checking in, roads are hell. But I'm safe. See you soon. The last leg twisted through the Appalachians' foothills, the storm painting the sprawling Connecticut mansion like a scene from a twisted fairy tale. Its stone facade and arched windows piercing the blizzard's veil with inviting golden glows. The valet, bundled against the gale under the overhang, blinked in disbelief as she rolled up. You with the vendors? He asked, squinting through her window, clipboard trembling in the cold. No, Sarah replied with a forced smile, hugging the cake box tighter. I'm the bride-to-be's sister. Family. He scanned his list once, twice, his brow furrowing before muttering. Keys. Ma'am. I'll park it. The grand foyer enveloped her in warmth and hushed chatter, snow melting off her coat in shameful puddles on the polished granite. The cake grew leaden in her arms as she stepped into the main hall. Conversations halted abruptly, a fresh blanket of silence descending. Guests in tailored suits and shimmering gowns turned. Champagne flutes hovering mid-sip. Eyes appraising her like an unwelcome exhibit. Sarah searched for anchors. Mom's impeccably dyed auburn bob. Dad's commanding height. Mia's radiant grin. Empty. Then, across the room, Mia in her ivory-sheathed dress. Glass suspended. Their gazes colliding. Mia's hand shook. The liquid sloshing. In that frozen instant, as disbelief iced over her sister's features, Sarah knew she'd walked into a trap of her own making. Mia was worth it. Always had been. But had Sarah ever paused to wonder if she was worth it to Mia? You actually made it through that mess, Mia said. Her embrace brief and brittle. Her expensive scent clashing with Sarah's storm-soaked wool. She pulled away fast, brushing imaginary lint from her dress as if Sarah's presence might stain it. Mom materialized behind her, clutching her diamond pendant like a lifeline. We didn't plan for an extra seat, she hissed, the words slicing through the opulent air like a chill draft. A photographer lingered nearby. Lens dipped, pretending not to notice the outlier in their midst. "This is Sarah Thompson," Dad announced, his tie impeccable, voice booming just enough to command attention. Eldest daughter. The label dropped into the void. Guests resuming their murmurs, their world spinning on without her. Place cards adorned every table in elegant script. Harrington, Whitaker, Ellis, but only the favorite Elisa's. No Sarah in sight. Her chest tightened with each bypass setting. The cake burdened her steps to the gift display. Her preservation instincts kicking in, steady grip. Controlled placement. Don't let the shake show. A bridesmaid in blush silk eyed it disdainfully. Who even brought that? It clashes with the pastry spread. Sarah positioned it meticulously on the lace runner, fingers tracing the box, recalling the baker's pitying glance. $180 for a gesture no one craved. The irony stung like frostbite. "Pardon me," she murmured, voice detached. Restroom. The mansion's halls twisted like a labyrinth of privilege. Portraits of stern ancestors tracking her escape. Their stares as contrived as Mia's hospitality. Her phone vibrated, a group chat ping. The title, Mia's Dream Night Crew. Her number. An accidental inclusion. A glitch in their perfect exclusion. Thumb trembling. She scrolled. Art restoration had taught her the real damage hid under layers, like overpainted canvases hiding the artist's raw intent. "I messed up," Mia's text from weeks back read. "She doesn't match the vibe. We'll blame the guest cap." Another, "No sweat. The storm will keep her away anyway." The ornate sink steadied Sarah as her legs gave way. Her reflection splintered in the gilded mirror, makeup ruined, hair unraveling. The image of a woman who'd rehearsed loyalty for a role no one cast her in. A wrong turn led to a service hallway. Laughter leaking from a cracked kitchen door. Familiar. Once comforting laughter. She hauled ass 10 hours in that nightmare for a sad little cake? Mia's words slurred with bubbly. What if she'd wrecked? Peace and quiet. Am I right? Her maid of honor, Kelsey, cackled. Thoughts and prayers. Girl. Glasses clinked in cruel toast. Sarah's palm flattened against the wall. The ground tilting. The facade she'd upheld, every crisis, every milestone. Every time Mia called in tears, cracked under the harsh light of truth. "You okay?" Han, an elderly caterer in crisp black, approached. Eyes kind with seen-it-all wisdom. Her touch on Sarah's arm grounded her. "Sit here. Breathe." Tissues appeared from an apron pocket. "I've served this crowd for ages. They pull this crap on everyone." Last reunion. It was their nephew. Before that, an in-law. Sarah's phone felt like a grenade. Preservation mode engaged. Capture the artifact. Could you? Record them? Just a bit. The woman nodded, empathy flashing, and returned minutes later with the device. The file could wait. For now. Sarah donned her coat like battle gear and strode out. Roads are shutting down. Ma'am, the valet warned. Genuine worry in his voice. Snow lashed her cheeks, but it warmed compared to the indoor frost. Some betrayals you forecast, others ambush you. Her SUV vanished into the whiteout. Mansion lights dimming in the mirror. The cake left behind. A pricey relic of misplaced faith. The Glowhaven Inn's neon flickered against the leaden sky. 30 miles feeling like a chasm from the party. The clerk barely looked up from his thriller, shoving a key over without a word on her gown or tear-streaked face. Room 207 offered faded florals and stark bulbs, no illusions. Just a sagging bed and the drone of a faulty AC. Her heels echoed on the linoleum to the bath, where the mirror revealed a ghost, the fool who'd braved hell for buttercream acceptance, only to be ghosted from her bloodline. She scrubbed off the facade methodically, each wipe uncovering raw hurt. The sapphire gown, picked to echo Mia's theme, hung limp like a shed skin. Her phone glared with 82 alerts. She shut it down, embracing the void over venom. Snow blanketed the lot outside, flakes glinting under sodium lamps before melting into obscurity. Memories flooded. 14-year-old Sarah yanking 10-year-old Mia from a collapsing tree fort. Scar on her arm. Fleeting thanks. 18-year-old her skipping prom to console Mia's first dump. 25-year-old her guaranteeing Mia's lease when parents preached tough love. Patterns emerged in the drift, sacrifices demanded. Never reciprocated, acts of care labeled overbearing, successes downplayed to let Mia shine unchallenged. The first sob escaped. Unbidden. Not just pain, these were tears of awakening. Decades of gaslighting crystallizing in one brutal night. Dawn broke merciless. Sun glaring off the white expanse like an interrogation lamp. Powering up her phone unleashed a torrent. You humiliated Mia. How dare you, from Mom. Disgraceful, from Dad. You wrecked my night again, from Mia. Mom, call now. Dad, unacceptable conduct. Mia, selfish as always. 17 missed calls. 28 texts, not one querying her safety through the mountains. The family script rewrote itself, villainizing her without trial. Instagram beckoned. She knew the poison but needed the proof. Mia's feed sparkled with glossy shots, sisters of the bride arm in arm. Gap where Sarah belonged, parents toasting their golden child in crystal splendor. Caption: magical evening with those who count. Family forever. Acid in her throat. Sarah uploaded her own, the pristine cake at dawn, windshield entombed in ice, motel selfie in rumpled sweater. Eyes defiant through smudges. Caption: drove through apocalypse for kin who'd erase your name from the snow. Comments surged. Old neighbor misses. Patel, they skipped your 10-year celebration at Easter too? Strangers and kin, you deserve real love. They iced out my sister last 4th. Sending strength, I've seen this playbook. A voicemail pinged. Mom's honeyed venom. Delete that nonsense. You're shaming us. What will the club think? Dad texted. We handle disputes in-house. You've gone too far. Mia escalated. Ruined it all. Mom's devastated. Pull it or skip the wedding. Final group chat. Brunch at Harrington's. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Show if you care to mend. Sarah's reply flew. I'll attend with evidence. Snow whispered outside. Each flake a fork in the road. Swallow the pill for fake harmony. Or unleash the flood. Clarity settled like a fresh coat, burying old ruts. She grabbed diner coffee, steam thawing her resolve as vehicles inched through the slush, probing the path ahead. Mom's old lesson resurfaced. Image trumps mess. Dear. The bruise scalded, banishing doubt. Tomorrow's meal would serve raw honesty. No sugarcoat. Room 207's mirror framed a transformed Sarah. Items arrayed on the chipped vanity like exhibits in a case, the speaker with damning audio. Preserved like a rare fossil, toll receipts charting 512 storm miles, cake bill with "For Mia's flawless fate" scrawled. Her slate blazer hung sharp against the drab wall, no distractions. Just truth's edge. Grandma Eleanor's heirloom brooch pinned her resolve. She'd preached quiet strength needed no spotlight. Thompson party, the hostess intoned, ushering her into Harrington's amid clinking silver and brunch buzz. Her family huddled at a window table, backs ramrod, the vacant chair a snare. Sarah stood firm. Sarah, Mom cooed. Velvet over blade. Causing a stir? Sit, we'll sort this discreetly. Dad's courtroom baritone, let's keep it civil. His tapping fingers betrayed the tell she'd decoded as a kid. Mia dove into script. Blood chooses forgiveness over pride. We can heal a few. I crossed a blizzard for you, Sarah cut in. Voice a honed blade across the linen. Diners nearby hushed. No seat. No warmth. No worry if I died en route. You're distorting facts, Mia snapped. Mimosa quivering. No, Sarah said, producing the speaker. You did. Mia's slurred mockery filled the air. 10 hours in hell for pity pastry? Crash? Sweet silence. Kelsey's snicker echoed. Mom swiped wildly. Sleeves smearing hollandaise. Stop that. Mia clawed for it. Neighbors gawked openly. Sarah held it aloft. You warped it by picking cruelty over candor. Receipts fluttered down, miles logged. Cake funded. I'd have mailed the damn thing with love. But not braved death for ghosts. Snow dusted the panes softly now. A tame echo of yesterday's rage. Sarah pivoted on her heels, striding past judgmental portraits, ignoring the pleas trailing her. The hostess met her gaze. Valet's got your ride. At the threshold. She glanced not at them, but the empty seat, the specter of her former self. The pleaser. The peacekeeper at soul's cost. It faded as she stepped into the crisp air. The wheel fit her palms like destiny. Through the glass, her family spilled out, Mom's scarf whipping wildly, Dad's glower thundering, Mia's makeup streaking in black trails. Engine roared to life, heat blasting away their chill. The storm had schooled her, endure the gale to claim dawn. Tires gripped the powder as she drove off. Figures dwindling in the mirror. Myths no more. Breath came deep. Unburdened. Charting toward unscripted horizons. The lights switched red, she idled. Flakes pirouetting in beams. Unique paths, they say. Green flashed, she surged into the mild flurry. Grasping that some fires illuminate, not incinerate. Dawn gilded the interstate in gold and pink. Softer than the prior whiteout. Fingers tapped rhythm to a faded Springsteen track. No longer battling elements, but syncing with freedom. Home loomed 500 miles off. Her phone vibrating relentlessly. An unknown caller. But voicemail tagged a ghost, Aunt Vivian. She pulled over under a budding maple. Hit play. Sarah. Darlin', the southern lilt soothed. That brunch clips circling the kin chat. You didn't just defend, you torched the playbook. High time. Ring me, stories await. More messages queued, Cousin Alex, whose bar mitzvah invite vanished years back. Uncle Ray. Ghosted post his messy split. Even Mia's fiancé's mom. Delaying a meet over troubling vibes. Cracks spiderwebbed the veneer. A text, screenshot of Mia's post. Comment stacking, what about the other sis? Storm drive. Mom's replies flickered and deleted. Fueling the blaze. 2 decades glossed images exposed voids, absent siblings. Shunned relatives. Truth thawed like spring. Her key clicked home at dusk. Apartment embracing with true quiet, no roles. No judgments. Hallway frames gleamed, staged grins, puppet strings. She dismantled them selectively. Kept Grandma schooling her in pie crusts. Dad's push on her bike. Blurry Hanukkah with Mia in twin PJs. Pre-rivalry. These held authentic heat. Unfiltered. Sleep claimed her alarm-free. Phone silent. No preemptive apologies. Morning dawned guiltless. No gut twist. No urge to placate. Peace bloomed like untended wildflowers. Weeks blurred in liberated routine, hot coffee savored. Early exits from work. No, spoken freely. The earth spun on. Then, a heavy envelope, crisp stock. Unfamiliar script. Dear Sarah, we've crossed paths in tales only. Always edited. Always asterisked. Writing to grasp the clan I'm joining. Mia and I are in therapy. Her admissions on your dynamics rock us. The blizzard was the spark, depths lurk below. If they could vanish a daughter. What else? No fix expected, you've unveiled reality. Respectfully. Ethan. She creased it carefully. Reply drafting thrice, Ethan. Appreciate the reach. This is them unvarnished, not worse. Just true. More room for growth than facade. Your call with Mia, I honor the pursuit. Clarity to you. Sarah. The call hit on a Wednesday dusk. Post-brunch month. Number unrecognized. But intuition pulsed. Some tempests timed perfectly. Sarah. Mia's timbre fractured. Gotta say something. Sarah perched on her sill. Watching sparrows flit. Go on. Jealousy ate me alive. So long. It became me. You were. Whole. Near yourself. Parents pitted us. Then divided. I excluded you cause. Fear. Of comparison. Of eyes on you. Not me. A ragged inhale. The storm? Proof of your grit. Who risks that for the unwanted? You. Always. Sparrows reordered. Preened. You could have said. Would it shift? Yes. Stark truth stunned. Cake scent. Sure. But no self-sacrifice in blizzards. Quiet expanded. Less oppressive. Therapy's real now. Not just couples. Unpacking heaps. Smart move. No hooks. Just acknowledgement. Most real you've been in ages. Could we? Mia faltered. Reset. No demands. But if space opens. A bond. Maybe. Not the old one. Too costly. Sparrow soared. Vacuum shifting. Some gales purify. Fall sunlight filtered through her den. Dust motes waltzing over succulents. Half a year back. Walls echoed Mom's elegant beige. Now. Ochre hues bathed like eternal dusk. Friends lounged on thrifted cushions. Picked for coziness over catalog match. Hand over the focaccia. Restoration Queen, Lena beckoned, Sarah passed it. Grinning at the nickname earned saving her heirloom quilt from flood rot. Miracle worker on those threads, Tom saluted with his Merlot. The lone empty chair gleamed in the beam, a deliberate void. Symbol of selective space over stuffed pretense. Laughter erupted from her core. Unscripted. Free of self-censorship that once chained her. These souls knew her fractures. Aided her rebuild. Delivered soup in sickness. Truths in blindness. Phone hummed, Mom's missive. Thanksgiving, family table at 3. Mia and Ethan in. Your spot awaits. Old Sarah would have leaped, absolutely. Ditching pals for a tribunal seat. Now. She pocketed it for later. Therapist Carla termed it owning your rhythm. Journal pages chronicled untangling duty from affection. Sauce wants what? Tom sniffed dramatically. More oregano. Your Italian phase again. Lena lobbed a biscuit. He snagged it midair. Oven dinged. Paused the herb uprising. Barefoot. Sarah padded to the kitchen. Lemon scent blooming. Basic bunt, no frills. No proof-seeking. Just alchemy for joy. Last chat with Mia replayed, seeing Dr. Patel. Peeling why we. Why I. Pause pregnant with insight. Tough. Sarah. Mirror sans rose tint. It is, she'd replied. Not rushing comfort. Not granting unearned pardon, just bearing witness to nascent truth. Cake inverted cleanly. No adornments needed. Dad stonewalled calls, Mom volleyed blame and bait. But Cousin Mia, wait. Cousin Leah rang, your stand? Inspired. Teach me. They're scripting my baby shower same way. 2-hour talk birthed weekly Zooms, truth cadre expanding amid rubble. Aunt Vivian dialed in, Uncle Ray requested access. Cake cooled as dining mirth beckoned. Window framed season's first flakes gentle. Unlike the cataclysm half-year past. Reflection overlaid, storm driver for icing validation. Now baking sans strings. Hands once clutching cake through gale now held unembellished treat. She sliced first for herself. Fork to lips. Eyes shut, savoring serenity. Peace demanded no nods, it arrived in no to traps. Truths sans scans. Preserving self over shards. Sarah. Lena called. Epiphany time? Desserts calling. Belly laugh freed. On it. And Tom, no oregano and cake. Groans and guffaws enveloped as she plated on heirloom china. Empty chair held promise. Ripe for the worthy.